What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about if Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire will actually be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, this may get into spoilers for WandaVision, so I should probably start off by saying this. If you guys haven't watched the season finale, or the series finale of WandaVision, make sure that you guys do that, unless obviously you want to be spoiled here. But we are going to be talking about it a little bit, and that's because, here we go, spoilers, it doesn't really do all that much. There's many questions for sure, and by the way, I don't hate it. I don't downright hate it. I've had conflicting thoughts about the finale that we will talk about tomorrow on the main channel, but one of the things that I think a lot of people are running with online is, okay, well, now that that's ended, right, there's obviously lots of theories and discussions you can have on the ending of the show. There's Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and there's also Spider-Man No Way Home, and obviously this show doesn't end with the most glaring opening to go forward with the multiverse in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, there were hints to it. Obviously, even Agatha saying, you don't know what you've just unleashed, you don't know what you've just done, and you're gonna need me, stuff like that. Obviously, there are definitely more things I think that have happened because of just the small town and the small, really because it felt very tiny in comparison to what maybe we've seen in the past with the the finale of this show. Would it lead to Spider-Man being in the multiverse? I will say this. We'll say this to kind of get out of the way early. I still believe it's going to happen. I don't know how the time period's going to go. I know people are saying that Kevin Feige has said multiple times that this is going to go basically directly into Doctor Strange 2, okay? And we imagine, because Spider-Man is first in terms of releasing in comparison to Doctor Strange, that Spider-Man would also happen first. I mean, it doesn't have to. Spider-Man could be taking place at the exact same time as Doctor Strange. We again don't know, or I guess it could be taking the same time as WandaVision. The timelines are a little bit, literally the time periods of where all these things are set are a little bit unclear. I do want to believe that it's still going to happen, though. I know leaks and rumors aren't always, I would say you gotta take them with a grain of salt, right? We always kind of say that. Even one of the most glaring examples was, Paul Bettany, obviously, with the joke of, the person that's gonna have fireworks with him and that he's always wanted to work with him, talking about himself. That was funny. That was a joke. Elizabeth Olsen, how everybody was including myself, right? Fake news all the way, talking about, the cameo, I guess actually that was the thing. It was a big cameo to the level of Luke. That was completely blown out of proportion by dozens, if not hundreds, of sites, whereas in reality, they asked her if she's looking forward to, if there's going to be any surprises in the last 5 episodes, and she said, yep. And she said that she's very excited. And for some reason, that website, I believe it was TV Line, got that to be that it's as big as Luke. That Elizabeth Olsen said there's going to be a cameo as big as Luke. So that was a big fake news thing, really started by that one site that just kind of got out of control. But again, and why do I bring that back up? Well, those are things I think are important to keep in our memory banks, right? That these kind of things can get crazy. Now, again, does that mean that they're that aerospace engineer that Monica was talking about, could that still be John Krasinski? Sure. They didn't literally do anything with that, but it could be. Could there actually, could you still bring in Mephisto? Could you still do that? Absolutely. Could you do, there's a lot of things, that the episode and the season didn't really solve or answer or set up perfectly, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen. So again, it's all expectations. It's all taking certain things with a grain of salt. But when you go online, we've seen the rumors, right? We've seen Tobey Maguire being on set, Andrew Garfield. By the way, seen as in people have said it, not that we've actually formally confirmed with our own eyes that this has happened. But we've heard it. We've heard Doc Ock is in it. We've heard Willem Dafoe filmed lines for Green Goblin. There's a lot. There's all of the building pieces to suggest that there are villains, obviously. And one of the biggest things still is this: Willem Dafoe, Doc Ock, all that stuff. A lot of them are, again, rumors. They're online. We don't know for sure. But one thing we do know for sure is Jamie Foxx, who I consistently forget about, which I don't think is really all that of a bad thing, is that he is confirmed to be in this movie. He confirmed it himself. Everybody knows it. Why? And we know that he's reprising his role from Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. So why in God's name would he be in the movie? There's literally It's impossible. If you're in Tom Holland's Spider-Man world, it's impossible for Jamie Foxx's Electro to come into it, right? Unless, obviously, there is a multiverse. And if there is, I don't see how Green Goblin, Doc Ock, the other two Spider-Men, I don't see how you don't do that. You know what I mean? So that's, to me, the thing that's still holding out hope that I actually don't think many people continue to bring back up because, again, based off the ending, yeah, it doesn't directly say, oh, the entire world is completely messed up. But I think that, especially with Agatha, they give you enough hints that, like, okay, there could be things that have just happened based off of the ending that we're not even aware of, because Wanda is not even aware of, right? So maybe we're not aware of it too, and that it can have some huge consequences. And also, Doctor Strange's movie, again, is literally called Multiverse of Madness. So why would they call it that if there's no multiverse to speak of? You know what I mean? So obviously something happens with all of these realities, and it's the central thing of Doctor Strange's movie. Unless, and again, I really do feel like it was kind of created inadvertently without even us seeing it at the end of this show. Because if you do it in Doctor Strange 2, well, why? So Wanda's going to mess up reality in the second Doctor Strange movie, or something's going to happen with his villain that messes it up, doesn't really make all that much sense. So I know I'm jumping around quite a bit. I believe the two Spider-Men are going to be in it. Again, my biggest thing that I go back to is Jamie Foxx, that there's no reason why he would be in this movie if they weren't having villains of other Spider-Man movies come into it. There'd be absolutely zero reason, because we know he's playing the same role, unless you're doing some sort of weird, like, kind of, again, like the recasting thing, which they did mess with in a funny, non-funny way with, like, Evan Peters, obviously, right, Quicksilver in the show, but I really don't think it kind of fits the bill. So let me know, guys, in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think that Tobey, do you think that Andrew, do you think that their two Spider-Men are going to be in Spider-Man No Way Home? Do you think that it was just a really overblown kind of theory? And again, if it was, then why is Jamie Foxx there? I'd like to know people's responses to that. So let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. I do a brand new video on this channel every single day, and so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.